Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Knittin' Wolf.
And I'm James, also known as Wolf Photo, and this is Fuji. She's thought she'd come over and say hi to everybody, and she wanted to thank you all for your support and prayers and everything else, that you're helping her battle with her lymphoma. She's doing really well. We'll get into that a little bit later on, but we'll let her go back and lay back down on the couch.
She actually woke up to...
Yeah, she
got all perky. And
as soon as we're getting set up and ready to record, she came on over, so I think she wanted to say hi and thank you. So this podcast is brought to you by Wolf Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. Our scent of the month for the month of September is Apple Crisp. So if you swing on by, you can get 25% off everything in our shop that is scented or flavored. I guess we don't really have an Apple Crisp lip balm yet, but scented in that flavor. So our lotions, soaps, bath salts, candles, all of that stuff. 25% off, plus we have other sales, so you can swing on by and check that out. So what do we got going on for this episode?
This week's segment, did we already welcome new viewers?
Oh, not yet.
Welcome to new viewers. Welcome to returning viewers. And
thanks, everyone, for joining us for this week's update at Wolf Farms.
Show notes can be found on Ravelry and on wolffarms.blogspot.com. I almost forgot it. I said it so quick, I thought, no, that can't be right. Well, because we're wolffarms.net, so it's like...
Had to make you think, huh?
Yeah. So this week's segments include farm happenings, what's cooking, in the coop, squeal like a pig, in the arena, and roundup. It's a quickie.
No, not so much. We always say that, but no, we've got lots of stuff to pack in to this show this week, so...
farm happenings.
Well, Trouble decided he didn't want to get one up by the dog, so he thought he would come over and say hi to all the viewers. This is Trouble, our huge birthday boy. He just had a birthday the other day. He is 11 years old, and he is a talker. This guy likes to talk, so.
And carry bubble wrap around the house.
Yeah, that's his latest thing is the bubble wrap. We'll find strips of bubble wrap from our shipping area. He'll grab that and carry it through the house. You know, I was the first time he did it, I was like, how do we get bubble wrap in the bedroom? I'm like, what's going on here? But I found out that Trouble's dragging it through the house, and he's playing with it. So, but what was I talking about?
I don't know.
We get into the farm happenings. It's been a while since we've done a farm tour update thing, and I thought, well, there's a lot of stuff that's updated, so I thought we would film a little bit outside, give you an update on our orchard and our ducks, our mallards, and our older ducks, and so I did a run through on the farm to kind of give you an update on what's happening out there. So why don't we step outside and you guys can see what's going on. So see you outside. Hey JJ, how you doing? How's my JJ? I've got the boys hanging out with JJ here. Yeah. These guys like to talk. Alright, now here's What the duck. Hiding in the shade, huh? And the Fro, and then Daffy, and Cambria. Cambria's the gray one. Hey, Greg. Are you down in there? You are hiding chicken? We'll find you in there somewhere. Oh, there you are. It's Craig. He likes to hang out under this bush during the summertime. It keeps him cool. Always hear the clucking from the bush. It's pretty funny. Right, Craigie? I know you're down in there somewhere. So an update on the orchard here. Here's some of our apples. They're actually getting pretty close to ready to pick there. This is a Fuji apple. Some of these are a little sun-baked, but quite a few of them out there look pretty good. We were checking them out last week, and they still need a little more time, but we're almost there. Alright, here is our Asian pears. Got quite a few of them going really well. Got a couple Asian pear trees, and they're all looking really good. Getting close to picking time on those as well. There's another Fuji apple. You can see the size of these things. They're really close to picking. This poor old branch looks like it's going to break because the apples are so heavy on them. Probably need to thin them out a bit next year so they're not so stressed. We did break an entire branch right off this tree because of the weight of the apples on them, so this tree's got to get a little bigger before we let it go full bore with the apples. Our pomegranate tree's actually got a bloom, so we might actually get a pomegranate on this one. This one we thought was dead. It actually is coming back to life the latter part of the summer here, so we may actually get a pomegranate by winter time. We'll see how that one goes. And our persimmons, we got a little bit of persimmons growing here. Dawn can make her persimmon cookies, which are really good. These you really have to wait till they ripen up, otherwise they get a really bad taste. They don't do well until they're fully ripened. These are mallards. They're getting really big. Our little girl, she's laying eggs now. She's got 2 of them out there now. Let's go over to her coop. Hey, Mad-Eye. So over here, she's got 2 eggs laying. Her little bed. Hi, Randy. What are you doing? You saying hi to all the viewers? Yeah? Okay. But yeah, so she's got 2 eggs laid. And the interesting thing is the ducks will lay eggs until they think they have enough eggs in their nest, and then she'll start sitting on it. And she'll sit on it for 28 to 30 days, and then they'll start hatching. So Randy laying down, he wants me to give him some pettings. But so we may end up with some baby ducks here in a month or month and a half. Yeah, these guys like to talk. Huh? Yeah. Hey, Mad-Eye. Hey, Mad-Eye, our turkey. He's kind of blind. He doesn't see too well, so it's not too hard to sneak up onto. Guess he found the right place to go. All right. Well, we're back. So, yeah. So that was a little bit of update with our mallards. The girl laying her duck eggs now, and she laid one here the other day, and then our Mad-Eye, our blind turkey, stepped on it, and it was kind of out in the open, and so she now has situated him back in that little corner. And I know he goes back there sometimes, so I might have to put something to stop him, like a wire high, because the duck can get under it. I might have to block that because he kind of stumbles his way through, and he found the right farm to live on because we take care of all our animals even if they have issues. So he's got a nice contained area, but he did step on her egg, the first one that she laid, but she's laid 2 since, and we found out that she'll lay, until she feels that she's got enough, and then she'll start sitting on them. So that's where they'll get incubated, and it takes about 4 weeks for them to hatch. So we're going to probably have some baby mallards. So yeah, it'll be fun to watch those. So when they start hatching, then we can start giving you guys an update on the babies when and if that happens. So we're excited, and hopefully get our first batch of homegrown birds. So we'll see how
Ones
that
we
goes.
didn't buy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, that's how that is. So, but yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
So, school back this week.
yeah.
Or wasn't it? This was the first.
Yeah,
week?
he started
okay.
school this. Yeah,
This is a long week.
Whirlwind now. So yeah, he's junior now, and getting him ramped up for school. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Had a pretty good week. Not too much arguing.
Yeah.
Except
so,
our time differences are
Yeah.
different, but
yeah, that's teenagers for you.
so the Fuji update, we went down yesterday for her chemo treatment, and this was supposed to be the big EKG treatment. We're down there and we're camping out in the waiting room, and they called us into a room. They had her, the oncologist nurse had her in her hands, and she goes, "You need to come in here." And, we're like, and so we went in there, and the head director was in there, and he said her,
White blood cell count.
yeah, it's got a name, and starts with a V. I can't think of it right now, but it was way too low for them to perform chemo, and
Yeah, he said that they wanted about 1,500, and she was at like 300 or something, or was
800.
or was it 800? But it was lower than where they want it, and he said, he's saying that's a good thing because it means the chemo that she got
chemo from last week
last time is still working, and he says and we need to give it, get it where it's at a level where she's not going to have complications because they're giving her too much. And so he said, so they have to delay it until, next week. So we went down there, and he was apologizing because we have the blood work done a couple days early because of our travel to make it so we don't have to stay and wait for their lab to run the test. They already have it. And he was apologizing because they should have looked and checked that when the blood work came in on Thursday.
Yeah.
And they could have told us ahead of time not to come down, but we made the 2-hour trip down there, and so, he's making it up to us, for that kind of inconvenience. But so we have to delay this real major one, and the new oncologist that starts actually Monday this week. She's only working Monday through Friday, which kind of gives a snag to our schedule because we were doing it on Saturday because I don't have, work issues or whatever. So, but in order to get this next round in, we're actually going to go down Thursday morning and go through that next.
And going on a weekday is also going to add on at least another hour to the drive.
Yeah, because this is LA traffic, driving 2 hours in that. Trying to get it scheduled as late morning as possible, so hopefully the commuter traffic eases up. But I'm anticipating it's going to take like 3 hours to get down there just because of all of that congestion that we don't get on Saturday morning, So, and I'm hoping that the new oncologist will start working on Saturdays, and then we can, figure some way where we can continue on to Saturday, because that actually works out best for us. Because we could have done it on a Friday, but she only does it in the afternoon on Friday, and then we
evenings, 3 to 7. It's like,
yeah. So we would end up really getting stuck in traffic, and so. The little change with the changing in the doctors, and then like I said, the good thing that her chemo is working. It's still working. It's doing what it needs to do.
She's gained weight this week. She's up to the 10-pound mark, and so that's really good.
Yeah, and then the head doctor. He has a title. What is it?
You talking about the director?
Yeah, the director. Yeah, that's it. The director of this whole specialized animal facility. He was the one that was going to do it because our previous oncologist had already left, and he was going to do it so that we can stay on track. He did a full workover and check on her, and says her lymph nodes are fine and everything else, and that that the blood count being low is good, but we're just going to delay it. So all in all, that's good because Fuji had a really good week. She had no issues at all that week, and with no new chemo, this next week should be another good week. And she's gotten the weight where we want it. We want to keep her at about 10 pounds. So because she had gotten a little low. And
she got down to 9.2.
Yeah, because she was overweight when she blew out her knee in February, and we had to go through all that surgery stuff, and so we kind of got her trimmed down. But then when she got this sick that she went lower than what we want her, because if she loses her appetite, we want to make sure that she's got
Cushion.
yeah. So she's right now she's looking really good. So, but it's just I'm glad to see her doing
normal,
fine,
yeah.
and she's doing her normal stuff, and you could tell that she's not feeling bad at all, which is really good. And the upside is, if we stuck with what the other vet said, we'd have like 3 weeks left. With the treatments that, because she said 6 weeks, and we've already been into the
3 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. But, the way it's going now, our local vet here had a dog that had gone through this whole chemo regimen. And it's been 2 years, and the dog's still doing fine. And so we're keeping our fingers crossed that her being young and healthy and catching it early, and she's responding well. That we'll get many more years with her, and that everything works out fine. So, and like I said, it's good to see her. It's good to see her doing so well, and so keep our fingers crossed. I know a lot of you are praying for her, which we appreciate that, and just all the, the support and encouragement that we're getting from you guys is just amazing. So
yeah, you guys are blowing us away. It's just, people coming to us and saying we want to help. We want to do a colorway, we want to do a bag, we want to do stitch markers. That one was completely out of the blue, and it's just...
Yeah. Touching. It's very touching. And I know Dawn's going to get choked up if we keep on this. We'll get to some of that stuff a little later, I think, in the...
I wanted to mention the fishnets. Jody has the special order for the self-striping Fuji Fight Like a Girl in her shop. And that's...
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, I can't wait. And I need to find out. There's so much going on when I don't think she's ever stopping the pre-orders.
No, she's not limiting the...
Right.
Well, that's...
Yeah, not that. I'll have to reread that. So there's that. Plus she's got lots. This is just her other yarn. I mean, she's got some awesome colorways. She usually updates on Fridays because I drool over them. And then brown dog bags. Well, how'd you like the twang that came out on that one? Rio Reuruda, right? Rio.
And we did that last week, didn't we?
Renee of Brown Dog Bags. See, she needs to change her Ravelry.
I have to see where you have it written so I can at least...
It's going to be tiny.
Yeah, okay, well.
And I probably spelled it wrong. But she's made this awesome bag to help Fuji's fight. It's a pre-order. Look at the awesome Chihuahua fabric. And she's having it where you can choose the inside lining, whether it's pink or green. You can choose the zipper color. Mm-hmm. You can, and I think even the wristlet will match whatever
whichever color you want. So
zipper choices are white, green, or pink. So there's different choices.
Options.
And she's taking pre-orders until September 16th at midnight, and give her time, because she's got to order the fabric, and so about 2 weeks ish or so. Give her a break. But she is going to donate $3 of the bags sold to Fuji, and Corey iRock Knits is matching that, so $9 of the bag.
No, you said she's
$3 of the bag goes, plus she's matching the $3.
Yeah, she's matching the $3, so.
And then Corey's matching with $3. So total of $9.
For every bag that gets sold, Fuji will get $9 of that to help it with her treatment. So,
yeah. So that is so cool. And then Vintage Rose Knittique on Etsy.com. Vanessa, she is taking pre-orders for stitch markers to help with Fuji's treatment, and $5 from every set will be donated to Fuji's treatment. And this is what they look like. And I had ordered some of her Chihuahua stitch markers, and they are awesome. You know, she's the one that I said she
Actually,
you know, the whole circle. There's nothing to get snagged on. I mean, they're really excellent.
Attention to detail.
Yeah.
So
that's on Vintage Rose Knittique. So that was really cool. And that's something else. So is that, and then Knitter's Nightmare, Sadie of the Yarnivore podcast, she's doing a colorway called Fuji's Apples. And this is going to be a no, it's not a pre-order. It's going to be a kit, because we're going to do a candle and some other little things. She's doing a few things, so it's going to be a whole kit. Here is the first dye job. That sounds so dirty when I say that. But oh, it's beautiful. And she's going to have it on different bases, and so they'll be priced by
depending on the base.
Yeah. So that's a sneak peek of what's coming soon. Dancing Dog Dye Works, Woolly Love. She is doing pre-orders for her I Chihuahua colorway and Party in the Doghouse. Their previous, I've been showing the.
Dawn's got a couple projects that she's doing with the I
My
Chihuahua.
Noodle was one of them. Mm-hmm. So October 5th is when she's going to have pre-orders up for that. So
yeah.
So it's all that I'm trying to see if
I'm.
I'm so scared I'm going to miss something. You know, there's just so much going on, even with the flag group, the Fuji
Fight Like a Girl.
Fight Like a Girl. You know, because they're blankets, and then there's the Instagram pictures. There, you know,
we've just overwhelmed with all of the support and response, and people wanting to, you know, not let this die out, because you know Fuji's going to be going through treatment through January, so it's a long February. It's a long road, and so you know people want to make sure that we keep the things going, and everybody you know wants to help out, which is really appreciated. So you know, just really appreciated. I can't say enough for all of your generosity and concern and words of encouragement, and just all of that is really, you know, it helps when you're stressing out over, you know, the days when she's not doing good, or you know, just the worry that we have that, you know, is it going to work or is it not? You know, that all really does help out. So we just wanted to let you know that thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all of that. It's just amazing. So.
Yeah. So what's cooking?
What's cooking?
Now we return to some humor.
Let's lighten the load here. Okay, well, we've been, you know, trying to get healthy and creative with our food and doing less carbs and all of this stuff, and so, you know, we've been moving that way, and the other day, I guess this is a week ago, at least a little bit more, Dawn asked me, she says, when you're at the store, can you look for those little popsicle maker? You know, they got the molds with the little thing, you make your popsicles, and we can like grind up fresh fruit and make little fruit pops or something out of that. And so I went to the store, and I went up and down every aisle, and I could not find a thing. And you know, I'm like, I know they got to have them. I've seen them before. They don't have them. So as I'm walking through the store and I'm doing my shopping, the gears in my head start turning. I'm like, I think I've got something that I might be able to use to make the popsicles.
So these are called no sweat popsicles.
That don't stink. Because when I got home, we had for our products, I had bought some containers that we're considering using for certain things, and they're actually deodorant containers. You would recognize these as a deodorant container. Well, these are brand new. They haven't been used. It's fresh out of there. I'm thinking, that's a shape of a popsicle. I thought, I got to try this out. So I disassembled it and just basically keep it like a mold, and a little wooden popsicle stick, and you have yourself an ice cream. And so...
Are you sure?
I am
and
sure.
And what degree do you
I did not sweat over this at all. I just got to it, and it's just as clean as a whistle, right? So anyway, so I mixed up my first batch, and I put it in the freezer, and I got it all situated, and I let it freeze up, run some warm water over the outside, and it just comes all apart. I made a little video, so I'm going to show that in the background so you can see me actually displaying it, how I have it, where I actually fill from the top, and then you kind of pound it down, and then the stick actually, because we're using already frozen materials, the stick stays. You don't have to prop it up or anything. I just stick it down in there, stick it in the freezer, and let it sit in there for, I guess we let it sit for a day, and it actually, it's kind of neat because the lid allows it to expand. So the lid will kind of, it'll creep up if the ice, when it's freezing, needs to expand. It actually makes some room for itself. So, but yeah, so we were laughing all week over...
Jimmy won't try it because
he thought I was using used ones, that I was cleaning these out. I'm like, no, these are brand new. Nothing's been in these. These are just straight from the, the container supplier. We just need to, I rinse them out before I use them, but I mean, that's, they're basically clean. So I'm like, but we're just so laughing about the names, no sweat pops and pops that don't stink, and all of that stuff. So, but I did come up with a recipe that I wanted to relay, because Dawn's got chocolate allergies, and so we're like, oh, you love chocolate. But I came up with a recipe that we tried, and you haven't had any issues with it, which was really good. But it's I use 1 banana, 3/4 cup of coconut milk, then I use an 1/8 teaspoon of vanilla, and then a 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. And I blend that all up, and that's the one, the popsicle I showed in the video a couple minutes ago. That's actually one of our chocolate banana pops, and they're really, really good.
It tastes like a fudge-sicle,
yeah. But, because we use the coconut milk, it doesn't cause any issues. And the cocoa powder is not like having chocolate, and it actually was really good. The first try, I didn't write down what I did. So I had to redo it. I had to make more, right?
And the bananas are actually frozen.
Well, the first batch was a fresh banana. Oh. And then the second batch, because we cut up the bananas into banana slices and freeze those for our shakes and stuff, because they keep better than, how bananas only last a short time. Yeah. So we just cut these up and freeze them, and then they're really good to go into the shakes. And so I loaded up frozen bananas. But it's thick when it gets done. You pour it in, and you just stick the stick in and let it freeze, and it's a no sweat pop. But that was the one recipe, and I'd also done some fruit ones. The first go around was the fruit, so I used some frozen fruit and whatnot, and it actually was good as well. So, but I was laughing because who needs to find the Walmart popsicle makers when you got things right in your Wolf Farms storage area. So that was pretty funny. And then another thing we tried. I was reading through, because Dawn's milk allergies, we've been using coconut milk. I found where we try and make some coconut ice cream. And so I found a couple recipes, and we tried that last night. And I think we need to work on that, tune that in a little bit. It actually tastes really good. What I did was, the flavoring was good, but it got too solid. I think we need to have a little more... like fat in there or something, because the coconut milk we had, you're supposed to get it to separate, and you pour off the watery part and use the more heavy cream stuff, and I think that helps keep it from freezing into a block. So I got to play with the experiment a little bit, and we have coconut.
He was having way too much fun doing this. I should have.
I like experimenting. So, but one of the things that we put it for our soaps. We actually use food grade oils. And so our coconut oil is actually food grade. They actually make it for candy manufacturers and stuff. The oil supplier that we get it from is geared towards restaurant and food manufacturers. So this is all high grade edible stuff before we turn it into soap, don't eat our soap. I know it smells good, but don't eat it. But the oils before we start using it are actually food grade. So I may actually take some of our coconut oil, blend that in with some of the coconut milk to see if we can get it so it doesn't get too solid. So it scoops out like ice cream, because it was like chisel away this morning.
Oh, that's Fuji's favorite thing is the coconut oil. I mean, she loves it.
Yeah.
And it's good for animals' digestive system. You put a little bit in the water and she'll see it because it makes little...
It gets solid because it cools down. The coconut oil above 76 degrees is liquid, but below that it actually turns into a solid. And so you have to heat it up if you're going to use it for your skin or whatever. But when you drop it into the water, it cools down, and then it's a trick that Dawn's using to get Fuji to drink more water, particularly before treatment.
I was told by Adrian to really have her drink water because that helps not have the side effects. So, she has never been a heavy drinker, so I'll put a little bit, and she'll just keep licking it and then trying to lick the little... Yeah,
she tries to get the beads of oil out of there because she really likes that. I mean, she'll come... Bath time she loves because she goes in and
I just see this little, little ferret, keep coming up because our tub's about 3.5.
Yeah, it's raised up, and but she comes up and she's trying to get up there to get some more oil from Dawn. So
it's hilarious.
But so I'm going to try and use a little bit of that, and hopefully that'll help make it a little more. I got to play with it a bit. It's finicky. When I get the right recipe, I'll pass that along if you want to make some non-dairy ice cream. I know they sell it in the stores, but when you're in control of all the ingredients that go in, then you know what's in there. That's kind of why we started making...
then we can make all different flavors.
Yeah. Well, that's why we started making the soap, because we know what's in it. And like the food, it's better if you make it yourself because you don't have all the extra chemicals and or whatever else they stick in there. Because you're allergic to so many things. If we control what goes in it, then we know what's in it, and it's not something that's going to be an issue. So, because we get this pomegranate blueberry juice, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be so good, and got the gears turning. So, but so we'll update you if I get a recipe that actually works out pretty well.
Top chef.
Yeah. I like cooking. What can I say? And you feel bad you make me do it, and it's kind of like, I enjoy it, so it's not an issue at all.
Yeah, well, you're so good at it.
What can I say?
You're hired.
Either that or I fooled you into thinking my cooking's good. It's supposed to be burnt. It smokes like that. That's part of the recipe. I meant to do that. Just kidding. I don't usually burn things.
No.
So, shall we get into the coop and see what's in the coop?
What's
in your coop?
Well, in the coop is a sockhead hat, and this is the dancing dog. It's a dancing dog mess right now. I don't know how it did that. Dancing dog dye works in the eye chihuahua on the glitter paw base.
Yeah, you kind of got it's kind of unraveling.
Yeah, it's barfing all over. So I don't know why it did that. But this is the sockhead hat. Yeah, that's the right side. And I found some more hayas that were hidden in another
project bag.
So. A little bit on that. Here's my cute knit cubby.
Stitch marker.
Yeah.
Cool. Moving right
along.
And
I didn't get to knit on this at all yesterday because this is what I took to the oncologist, and
you thought you were going to get 2 hours of knit time, and we didn't.
It was barely turn around.
Stay down there very long at all.
So
that's one project.
Then another one is my Knitter's Nightmare Dawn's Morning Watermelon in her skeleton sock base. I don't know why I cannot remember Dawn's Morning Watermelon. Duh. You'd think So I knit from this stitch marker all the way up to there. And I did Jenny's stretchy bind off, and so
marked for the cut.
And because that's just easier, just to cut in. You don't have to think, oh.
Well, I know at the time you got to that point, you didn't have scrap yarn or a way to really even mark it. So.
And I like it to always be about the, the same
length.
Yeah. So I got one done, and then I made sure I cast it on. So you haven't even seen this. The toe of the next one. So, and then that's one of the vintage rose stitch markers, the doggy bone. So the toe, this is the limb knit crochet toe.
Rounded.
The
The
rounded toe. I love it. So, yep, I got that. You know, and it was the first time I hadn't had to look at the Ginny's, or somebody's, the cast on. It's Ginny's stretchy bind off. Is it Ginny's?
I can't remember.
It's Lauren's toe. But that cast on is, I don't know. Just sounded weird saying Ginny twice. Ginny's getting credit. So then I dug out, you know, what was in this bag was hibernating, my bird leg bags. This is, well, I joked with Spun Too Tight that I was calling it my PETA shawl.
Your PETA shawl?
Pain.
Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah.
This is done. It's the SSK Summer of Scarlet Bennett shawl, something like that. And the Desert Vista Dye Works base Summer Tide colorway. Here's the colorway.
Good job on the yarn.
Yep. And I did chart 2. I dug it out, and I thought, you know, because this was a more calmer week, you know, I thought I can tackle it. So I actually did chart 2. Once I started chart 2, and if you're knitting this, I know there's been tons of complaints because I'm hearing about them. There are lots of issues with this pattern. Chart 1, once you get through it, you go to chart 2. I have never, ever, ever seen this. And I've done a lot of paid test knitting for designers. I've never seen where they take row 29 that you've already completed and stick it on your next chart that is immediately right below.
Yeah.
And when I was all upset and stuff, I wasn't looking at the numbers. I was just, okay, now I'm starting chart B, you know?
Yeah,
So
caution if you're knitting from the chart, that don't knit the first row on the second chart because for some reason she's got it overlapped.
Yeah.
There's
issues on every single chart because Ashley has already completed it and she's told me, you know, okay, when you get to this chart, don't pay attention to the notes, pay attention to this, you know, it's...
Yeah, so, and then, like I said, if you've bought the pattern... You know,
I'm being very honest. If I had known the problems in this, I would have not had it as a knit-along because I feel bad that so many of you are having problems.
Yeah. Well, and then...
You know, and...
The other issue is that the pattern is not getting updated. The errata is happening in a thread and not actually
She did
updating.
do one update, but the stuff that Ashley has found has not been updated. Yeah. So there's from the marker up is
chart 2.
Chart 2. And then there's setup rows before you go to chart C or chart 3, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. Honestly. So, and those are my cute little knit cubby stitch markers because I needed some good Corey vibes.
Good vibes on that.
Yeah. So it's moving. I don't know if I will get this completed by the end. Yeah, I will because I'm a stubborn redhead. But yeah. So I'm honest.
And you're apologizing.
And I'm highly apologizing, and so
we're sorry.
I'm sorry. Well, I know there's been a lot that have just put it away too, so you know.
Hey, guess what? I have something in my coop.
Yeah.
It's been a little while, and I've been busy, as you guys all know. But I'm back on my hitchhiker. working on that. This is by Martina Bem. And this I started for our knit along, but you know, life happens and this got put away and I didn't get started back on it. But this week I pulled it back out and started working on it. I'm doing this in Desert Vista Dye Works in the Proud as a Peacock colorway. And there's the colorway. Awesome colorway.
Yeah, it is so pretty.
Okay.
And she's had her 2-year anniversary this week, so all her colorways that she's ever done have been in her shop, but that ends tonight at midnight Sunday. So by the time you're watching this, you're out of luck.
Yeah, so hopefully you knew about it beforehand. Yeah. But I've been working on it. I've got 29 teeth completed. As you can see, this shawl has little teeth. And that's the last time I showed it. I was down there, and I've actually gotten that much.
You've done a lot.
That much done on it.
It is so pretty.
So here, go ahead and pull out that. And so that's how it's going. I've about 3/4 of the way done, but each row takes longer and longer because they keep extending. So
yeah, but you were pretty whipping through it.
Yeah, I was whipping through it.
Whip it good.
Yeah, I was hoping to have more done, and I was sitting on the couch last night, you know, after Dawn went to bed, and started finding myself asleep with the needles. I'm like, I'm going to drop a stitch, and then I'm going to be stuck, and I'm going, I've just got to put this away and go to bed. So I didn't get as much done as I would have liked to, but I did get a couple more teeth done. So yeah, so that's what's in my coop. It's coming along slowly but surely. I'm just a patient knitter.
Is that what you call it?
That's what I call it.
You're enjoying every
yes, I am just a
patient
knitter. I don't want to just whip through it and not enjoy it. So that's my excuse, because I'm just savoring that yarn and the whole knitting process. See, do you guys buy that one? So anyways, but I did do some work on it, and I'll probably get a couple more teeth done. I want to get that done and off the needle so it can fly the coop, so I can get on to with something else. You know, I've had fun with a couple projects that I've done so far, and you guys, you know, I really like the shawl that I did you with.
Yeah, you did that quick. The Zuzu's Pass.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And I like the yarn.
Oh yeah. Madeline Tosh.
Yeah, I'm a yarn snob. She started me off with the good stuff, so that's the only thing I know. So. And needle snob too. I like my highs.
Yeah,
your highs.
I just got a message too from, I don't want to say her name, but where she had bought them, and it's just changed her sock knitting.
Yeah, good stuff.
It is. You guys need to believe me about these highs. Because it's funny, because once they get them, they're addicted.
Yeah.
Like Angie got her addicted too.
Yeah, I've used your
knit picks.
The knit picks, and then I've used, what are the brass ones that you had? Those Addy Turbos.
The stinky needles.
Yeah, and I really like these ones. These work really well. So for me, beginning knitter, already a needle snob.
Yep.
Nothing flown the coop, so, or do we?
No.
Okay.
So Squeal like a pig. I'm wearing one of my Squeal like a pigs, but I got a close-up picture because they're so awesome. And I was like, what is this? Because it's had all these stamps from Greece. I mean, the whole package was just covered in these, awesome stamps.
We get a stamp collection along with it. So. And
then it was boxed up, and it had this cute little ribbon, and it's got a cute little
clasp.
That's almost like I'm going to make it into a stitch marker. But yeah, it was just wrapped so cute. That's really not a little kitty on the outside. And then on the inside, it was like they're little earrings, but they were attached to this butterfly. And I mean, just such intricate little things. And this was from Dana, Crafty Girl 83. And the shop is Zoo's Jewelry. Look at these earrings. They're Chihuahua silhouettes.
And I knew about this, and I kept quiet because Dana had contacted me to see if Dawn had anything like that and if she'd like it, and so I kept my mouth shut. Like, okay, I don't want to say anything. I'll let Dawn be surprised because she always liked getting the mail, and I thought that'd be perfect. And she took a picture of it. Yeah. And she sent me a picture, and all I see, I see those little things, but I see this big butterfly, right? The earrings are attached to it, but I see the butterfly in the box, and I'm like, oh shoot, how do I ask? Is that from Dana? And so I'm like, what is that, earrings? And then so I was like, I didn't want to spoil the surprise if that wasn't what it was, but yeah, so it was pretty humorous
I was squealing.
So and it matches your
it matches my little
Chihuahua necklace that you had gotten too from us. So you're Chihuahua out.
I'm Chihuahua out.
So
that was just so sweet of her, and that's treasure them always. I mean that's. I'm really trying to happy face.
Yeah.
So.
So that
and
was
that's
pretty.
Dana of the Unwind Yarn Company, and she has her own .com now, so she's going big time.
Yeah, good job.
So,
so yeah, I'm glad it worked out,
yeah.
And Dawn got surprised. So all right.
I'm like, what do you mean you knew about this?
So I can keep a secret.
I can't. I get too excited about things. So then. Another Squeal Like a Pig is, I had mentioned this last week, Melanie, Mad79, she designed, I gifted her some birthday yarn, and it was called Dragon something was the maker, I can't remember, but they were Red Hots, and so I like to do like themed, so I got her Red Hot candy, and it was cool because she remembers her grandma doing Red Hots and applesauce. So she designed, which doesn't that sound good? So she designed, I'm going to update this because I know she has a better picture. Thank you. She designed crisscross applesauce socks. And here's a full, loading. Here's a full version of them. And that's got crisscross and then little apples across here. Let's see if there's the close-up. I don't know why it's taken so long.
Jimmy's probably watching Netflix and playing games.
And you can see the little stem for the, is that glaring? There we go. So how cool is that? So, and this is on Ravelry, and you can purchase these for $4 in USA. US you can
dollars.
Buy them in
US dollars.
US, thank you. US dollars. I couldn't think what the UK.
PayPal will convert it for you. So.
Just click buy it now. That's so much fun. So yay, Melanie. So that was my. And then I got another package this week, and this was from Enid Knit Croc. So I was yammering off this morning. I called her IROC Knit.
Yeah, I was like...
And she's like, I didn't know she was in the UK. And I'm like, she's in Minnesota.
Because I try and keep up with everything that Dawn's talking about. And she's not one to always...
I kind of flip from conversation.
Yeah, she has like 4 conversations in her head. And I'm male, and I can track one conversation. And so she starts bouncing around from all of these different things, and it's like a puzzle. I have to sit there and let it ferment so I can get the pieces together. So she's talking about these things. I'm like, she's not in the UK, is she? Or no, you were, and I was
talking about Enid.
Yeah, so, but you were talking about her, but I was thinking of someone else, and I'm confusing.
Yeah, so she sent a pet blanket.
Yay.
The first one that's came in, so
awesome.
Woo-hoo. So that was all the way from, this is across the pond blanket.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Pretty awesome.
Yeah,
and then we've had a couple entered in the group too. So I know
So just a reminder,
Courtney's done too.
Yeah, just a reminder that we are pulling these together to help out with the hospital that we're taking Fuji to for the chemo, as well as our local vet. These are things that that help the animals when they're staying there to have a place to snuggle up in. I know Fuji buries herself into her Afghans and stuff like that, and I'm sure the other.
We
dogs
have
and
them
cats.
everywhere. Each couch has a blankie
She
for
loves
her. She
them.
has it on my pillow because she has one. Then she has a travel one that goes with her wherever she
Yeah.
goes.
So, but yeah, these are all things that we're going to use to help out the vet clinics where we're taking Fuji to help them out, kind of pass that along and show, just the support we're getting for Fuji and pass that along to them through your, knitting up these, pet blankets to pass along to them because they can use them. They were really excited when we talked to them about it. And Chubby, sorry, our cats.
He was finding the raffia, and I don't like having to dig that out of throats. It's not fun.
So yeah, so we mentioned that to them, and they're really excited that they just said
Yeah, and
they
I
can
pulled
definitely
yarn out for us to make it, and then I got sidetracked.
Yeah, that's one thing that I want to do. I can crochet. I actually do the crochet pretty quick. I just don't remember how to crochet. I just need a reminder on that because it's been a while since I did my last. Because that was for the Snuggle project I did.
That was for Sadie's Snuggle.
One or two of those, and it actually goes pretty quick once I get going. So I want to do one at least for our thing to pass that along to the vets and do all my other stuff. So sorry, I didn't mean to
Looks
sidetrack
like
you.
you're...
I'm a knitting DJ.
So in the arena, I watched and listened to two new podcasts. The first one I watched is a video, and it's called Suburban Stitcher, and this is with Diane. She is DBB Stitch on Ravelry. And I know she's on Instagram, but I can't remember if it's just Suburban Stitcher. But she's on Instagram too. And I will link to her group, and that is a video podcast. And, it goes through her works and progresses and crafts. And so that was really fun. I think there was 5 episodes right around there. So it was exciting, a new one. And then the other one, Christine, who is the hostess, House Yarn on Ravelry, she contacted me, and that's how I found hers, and it's an audio podcast. My mouth started going faster. And it's called University, E-W-E, University. And she is a social psychologist, not counselor. So she works at a university, so she ties in different research things to go in with the knitting. And on episode 3, she mentioned Fuji's fight and the lymphoma, but then she tied it into how animals are good for your blood pressure, and how they work in therapy dogs because it lowers cholesterol, and the benefits health-wise too, and actually when I was working, I used to take our lab to counseling because I'm a therapist, and I had a lot of...
He's a good sense of character. And so
he would have licked him to death, but there were certain... Because I had a lot of gang members that I was dealing with, and he would get his hackles up, and so they would calm down and sit down very nicely.
He was a good dog.
So, but that even calmed people there, because, they would pet him, and so it's really neat seeing the benefits. And so that was awesome in her podcast to
have her mention that.
Yeah. And the different statistics for that, because I love statistics.
Too bad you can't say it.
I know. Huh? So, and she also has a Etsy store that she sells bags in. So go give her a listen. And she's got 3 episodes out. Number 4 should be coming out soon.
A couple new ones getting underway there.
So then our soccer along, we've already had 2 entries for that. September, October, November, December. So, and we got lots of prizes for that. I don't know if I mentioned last week that Fishnets is also donating 2 skeins for that.
Oh, okay.
2 codes, so you can get 2 skeins, so.
Yeah,
how awesome.
And like I said, we'll be doing the prizes as we go along throughout the...
instead of one big thing.
Yeah, because it's a long run, and we want to reward those that are getting started early, and the more you get in over the time, the more entries you get, and there's a lot of prizes there that you can potentially win.
So round up,
let's round it up. Just wanted to. It's been a while since we mentioned this, but want to thank those that have left iTunes reviews for us, and it's a way that we get feedback from you guys and encouragement and stuff, and not just us, but any of the podcasts that you watch through iTunes. You hop on there and you couple kind words if you are enjoying our podcast. Or even a
star rating.
Or star rating, if you don't want to make a comment, you can still do a star rating and 5. Oh, sorry. Not that I'm trying to influence you or anything, but yeah, you hop on there and like I said, that's always nice to see, the comments that come on and just we do this for you guys, really that's we enjoy that, and we want to hear about it, that you guys are enjoying it as well. So if you can hop on iTunes and leave a review for us, that would be appreciated. And any of the other podcasts that you watch, it helps encourage us, and the other podcasts to hear that feedback that, you're enjoying what we do.
Yeah.
And so that, and I also wanted to make mention that for every paid order at Wolf Farms, you can get a free Wolf Farm video podcast button. Ooh, there we go. It's focusing in. When you're during checkout, when you are checking out in the comment section, just ask for.
It's funny because they can't see.
I know.
I'm just
under the radar. I'm doing my typing. Just put in the comment section that you'd like a video podcast button, and we'll be happy to stick that along with your order. And then another thing is, right now, I made a mention of this in the previous ones, but we do have the Fuji Fight Like a Girl button for those that want to help out. So I'll just leave it at that. So I think that about finishes it up. This was our no sweat video podcast today.
I didn't know what you were going to do with that.
Well, the stick that used to went is on the ground over by Trouble,
yeah.
But so we we had some fun today. So until next time, let's get cracking. See, I'm screwing that up, aren't I? Here.
So until next time,
let's get cracking
and action it. Bye.
Bye.